George Zimmerman shot and killed Trayvon Martin. George Zimmerman says it was self-defense. The prosecution says it was murder. But what does the evidence say? Tonight on HLN After Dark, we'll take you inside the evidence that the jury in Sanford, Florida will see. The evidence that will determine what happened on that rainy Sunday night inside that gated Central Florida community. Studio experts, criminal defense attorneys, Ashleigh Merchant, John Phillips, and Holly Hughes. And here to help us understand the forensics from the autopsy, death investigator and the author of Blood Beneath My Feet, Joseph Scott Morgan. But here's what I want from my experts tonight, okay? We're talking about the evidence tonight. We're going to break it all down, but I want to start with just one word to describe the evidence in this case. Ashleigh Merchant.
Inconclusive.
The first thing, Trayvon Martin's actions. Is he acting suspiciously?
But it's got to be from the perspective of Zimmerman. Was he acting suspicious to Zimmerman? And it sounds like Zimmerman was sort of heightened on this heightened alert because of all the break-ins in the neighborhood. And so he thought that this kid possibly was one of the people that was doing the break-in. So in a self-defense case, you've got to try and get in the head of Zimmerman and think what he's thinking.
Those screams in the background of the 911 calls made by neighbors, is that the key to this case? I mean, if the jury believes George Zimmerman is screaming, is this self-defense? If the jury believes it's Trayvon Martin screaming, is this murder? And if the jury can't figure out who's screaming, what does that mean?
I mean, this could be very powerful evidence if they can definitively say who is screaming for help, because that shows you who at that point in time was the aggressor and who was the underdog. And that's very important in a self-defense case.
Time for one more question. This is from Jennifer. Why isn't Trayvon's character allowed to be explored in court? The bad behavior, drugs, trouble at school. Ashleigh Merchant.
You know, this evidence might come in at some point in the trial. It's got to become relevant, though. Either the prosecution has to put Trayvon's character at issue, or Zimmerman has to prove that he somehow knew about this and this affected his self-defense theory.
How about George Zimmerman, right? He gets arrested a couple times but never convicted.
Right, but that's not relevant. I mean, he wasn't convicted. It's not a conviction, so it can't be used to impeach him. And it's not a situation where he claimed self-defense, so it's not something similar to this situation. So it's really not relevant. And the prejudice for the jury hearing that would far outweigh that relevance. And the court has to determine that. It's kind of a weighing. It's a balancing.
Prejudice versus probative value, right? Thanks so much to our experts, our jury, Darren Kavanokian, for Ryan Smith. That's it for HLN After Dark.